Have you ever felt a storm raging within you as you watch the market lines drop and soar? The tides of hope and fear crashing like thunder in your chest? That's what it's like right now, standing at the crossroads of dreams and dread, feeling Wall Street's heavy footsteps echo through the corridors of crypto, hearing whispers about Charles Schwab and their stablecoin ambitions, watching the shadows of giants turn their gaze to altcoins, while the rest of us hold our breath. Sometimes I wonder, are we at the mercy of these titans, or are we being quietly invited to the table? Welcome to Crypto 101 Central, where I share not just the news, but the raw pulse of my journey in this wild, brave new world. If you've felt this turbulence, if you've stood awake at night staring at charts like distant constellations, searching for meaning, then you are exactly where you need to be. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and join this tribe of dreamers and doubters, builders and survivors. Every click is an ember, brightening this shared fire of knowledge and curiosity. And don't forget to tap that little bell, because news travels fast and fortune favors the prepared. Let's traverse this path together, step by step, heartbeat by heartbeat. I come to you today with my thoughts raw, stripped of fancy armor, because this journey is as much about fear as it is about hope. Recently, Bitcoin stumbled. Its dance around the number 70,000 felt like watching a bird hesitate at the edge of an open sky. Would it soar or fall? I yearned for a close above 70,000, fantasized even about that number as a new North Star. But instead, we've been pulled back into the grind, balancing in that strange zone near 68,000, caught between the longing for flight and the gravity that keeps us real. Here I wait, patient and desperate. The charts mirror my heart, choppy, uncertain, stubbornly holding the line. Analysts say if only Bitcoin would find safety above 71,000, 80,000 and beyond could rush at us like a sudden summer rain, washing away months of stagnation. We are a mere 4 or 5% shy of 71,500, and hope is delicate in such proximity. Some voices predict a relief rally, perhaps reaching for heights of 100,000 or beyond, but in these markets, comfort is always traded for caution. That's how I've learned to live, balanced between optimism and the shadow of the possible downturn. I look at the red tide of January and February in the charts, a first in Bitcoin's history, and I ache, not just for myself, but for all of us, battered by disappointment, still searching for a sign. This is a different kind of bull market, not the wild, euphoric ascent, but a weary trudge through uncertainty, discordant, unpredictable, disrupted by meme coins and seismic shifts in the world's economy. I taste bitterness thinking about promising alt seasons that never arrived, the strange pull of AI, the silent rise of precious metals. Bitcoin broke its own rules, hitting a new high before the halving, closing in red afterwards. This cycle, more than any before, feels like staring out across an unfamiliar ocean, straining for a glimpse of safe harbor. And yet my macro view, my long vision, remains intact. When you look past the noise, past the daily swings that threaten to break your spirit, you begin to see something else. The slow, relentless march of giants. Wall Street, the banks, stock exchanges, they are not dabbling. They are building. This is not faith, it's survival instinct. And I am learning to listen to it. Every layoff in the broader economy, every revised job number, hardens my sense that we're inside a quiet recession. I imagine the new Fed chair, Kevin Warsh, forced to cut rates with desperate speed, perhaps even resurrecting the old central bank playbook of printing money. If you're still with me, halfway through this reflection, take a breath. If you value this transparent journey, I invite you to like the video. Each like is a signal to the world that we, the ordinary visionaries, are still playing this game and playing to win. And please, leave a comment. Tell me what shakes your belief, what lifts it. Conversation is the heartbeat of this channel. You know, there was a moment after the crash where XRP outperformed Bitcoin and Ether, and some called it a fluke. But I see meaning in small rebellions, like the way $2 can feel like a fortune when everyone else is bankrupt with despair. Investors were piling into the dip, and I recognized that scent of capitulation. I have lived through it before. Those moments when fear clings to everything, when friends shake their heads and say, "It's over." I remember the FTX crash, my own trembling hands clicking buy after buy, trusting that the aftermath of blood and failure was the only honest soil for planting new hope. Sometimes, Returns bloom from places others have abandoned. Now the drum of privacy is beating louder across the crypto realm. I heard CZ from Binance, with a voice heavy with experience, say that a lack of on-chain privacy holds us back. Imagine paying employees in crypto, every transaction naked to the world, no shelter from prying eyes. Physical security at risk, privacy as precious as breath. He is not wrong. For the full promise of crypto to unfold, we need safety, not just from hacks, but from exposure and the threat of being too visible. Maybe the next great leap will be blockchains that shield us from ourselves and others, a cloak for our dreams and mistakes alike. And then there is Charles Schwab, late to the race, yes, but running all the same. Their plans for a stablecoin are more than a corporate maneuver. They are a confession. Even the mightiest know they must adapt or perish. I went down LinkedIn rabbit holes, marveling at the sheer number of digital asset job postings at Schwab, BlackRock, all those monoliths. The reality is glaring. These institutions are not dabbling on the fringe. They are reconstructing their foundations to house this brave new world. I hold on to this truth when the daily price makes me want to give in to despair. And I must mention the innovations, like what I Trust Capital is offering. Not merely an investment, but a way to hold both crypto and precious metals in an IRA, safe, custodial, and tax-optimized. To me, it's like mixing old gold with digital fire, a bridge between the world we inherited and the one we are building, day by tentative day. Even the way they allow you to redeem actual gold or silver, not just paper promises, there's a tangible comfort in that. And when they tell you their crypto is safeguarded with Coinbase Prime, the same service trusted by BlackRock, it feels almost like sanctuary. If you ever wish to explore it, I trust it with a corner of my own portfolio. But the signs are everywhere that Wall Street is not tiptoeing. When I hear news of Apollo Global Management acquiring tens of millions of Morpho tokens, not just infrastructure, I realize the paradigm shift is here. When BlackRock dips into decentralized finance, when Citadel roots itself in Layer 0, when Korean behemoth Murray Asset buys its way into the Corbett Exchange, I feel both small and strangely validated. These companies do not burn cash for sentiment. They see the future unfurling beneath our feet. Sometimes, tradition and innovation grow knotted together. TradFi companies buying up exchanges, crossing boundaries as if building invisible bridges between old order and new chaos. The world is not merely changing. The tectonic plates are grinding, and we are all riding the aftershocks. Old money is learning new tricks. New money is maturing faster than ever before. Every merger, every acquisition, every job posting in crypto is a footnote in this unfolding epic. Do not let the smoke and mirrors of Hong Kong and China distract you either. Reports swirl. Regulations are forming. ETFs launching. Mainland access to crypto products just a hair's breadth away. When a nation once hostile turns a wary eye, I see not merely acceptance, but inevitability. We are watching the river change its course, silent and unstoppable. Even Trump, love him or loathe him, has put his chips on crypto. Say what you will, but I do not believe men like that bet on something they expect to die. He could pick any gold rush, but he chose this one. That matters, even if the politics taste bitter on your tongue. As I reach the close of this reflection, I invite you, once more, to stay with us and keep the conversation alive. Subscribe, like, share your doubts and dreams below. There are other journeys and other videos waiting, each a stepping stone on this strange, electrified path we walk together. Do not walk alone. Hit the bell. Let us remind each other to hope, to question, to persevere. Thank you for listening. I see you. I respect your struggle, and I cannot wait to share the next heartbeat of this crazy, beautiful market with you.